You're watching Up Close on Your Story. Today we catch up with Amit Kumar Agarwal, CEO and co-founder of NoBroker.com. As the name suggests, NoBroker is an online real estate platform that allows you to buy, sell and rent property without having to pay any brokerage fees, directly connecting the property seeker to the owner. So Amit, right up front, you say that you are the world's largest no brokerage property site. On what accounts do you make this claim? We've also seen that the online real estate space is pretty crowded with the likes of Nestaway, Magic Bricks and what have you. So what has been your journey so far in getting here?
Today, at this juncture, we have 70 lakh cumulative customers. We add more than 1.5 lakh properties per month. And we close around 15,000 properties per month, which makes it around 1,000 crore worth of savings of brokerage per year. So what we have been able to achieve in this time is have a massive growth and solve the core customer problem, which is to get a house of his choice or rent and sell his house without paying a bomb. So what we observed is that while there are many online platforms, the problem is not getting fully solved, because even while it appears as if everything is online and the homepage might look similar, but finally on the behind there is a broker who is going to charge his pound of flesh. And we founders, me, Akhil and Saurabh, when we were searching for flats, we felt that why should we give such a high amount of brokerage to a broker who is not adding so much of value.
Okay, I like the way you say pound of flesh. That's, like literally being blunt enough to say that you're actually weeding out these unnecessary brokers. And that is your USP, because you say that you identify the brokers, you eliminate them, and you keep your platform clean through this technology or via an algorithm that you have. How does that work really?
So basically what we thought is that when we started that if we need to become big and we need to make sure that we are able to eliminate brokerage from customers' pocket, the only way to do is to basically make the business model in such a manner that our costs are really low. If our costs are low, then we can pass that benefit to the customer and he can save money. So our model is such that we don't have any physical person on the ground. We are in 6 cities. There is no city office, which basically means we can pass those cost savings to the customer. In terms of making sure that there is not even a single broker on our platform, we use the help of technology with the algorithm and we ban any broker who tries to enter into the platform. A broker cannot post his property, a broker cannot fetch a owner's contact. So what it results into is a website where you can buy, sell, rent property without ever contacting a broker.
How do you do the verification and identify that this is a broker and this is an owner?
So this is our secret sauce, and brokers also will watch your video.
Yeah.
So I can't tell the specifics, but what I can say is that it is based upon the footprints which a broker generates. So a broker by definition wants to popularize himself or herself, while our objective is to basically use technology and see the impression and the footprints which the broker is leaving, and which basically ensures that we ban him from the system.
So you don't really make any money out of deal closures or property transactions at the end of the day, but you do have a subscription-based model, an ancillary home and financial services, also partnerships with builders. Give us a sense of how the revenue model works.
If you want to post a property, buy a property, sell a property, it's free. But if you want value-added services, you want to contact more owners than a specified limit, then we have very reasonable charges like 999 rupees. That's it. And if you want a manual help, you want some guidance from a relationship manager, then we have those plans. So 2/3 of our revenue comes from these services, which are subscription services, which are optional. And then what we have realized over time is that customers want to take home loan. They want to make sure that they get packers and movers so that they can move their stuff. They want help in painting and cleaning. And we have also tied up with builders who want to sell their property and promote their property. And today, 1/3 of our revenue comes from these verticals. And people are also find very cumbersome that they have to give a big heap of post-dated checks to the owner. So what we have launched few months back is that you can pay to your owner your rent through credit card option. It also results into, one is that we will transfer it pretty fast, and second is that you can also make some good credit card points. We charge a small fees which is equivalent to our processing and payment gateway charges fees. And we have seen a huge amount of traction, lot of people wanting to pay rent through credit card. And now we are doing more than 100 crores of rent per month through us.
You've also raised a substantial amount of money in, the past 3 months earlier this year to the tune of about $50 million. Is that largely going to be directed towards expansion? We know that you just launched in Hyderabad as well.
What we are getting from our customers is huge demand across cities. So people are asking us why we are not in Delhi, why we are not in Calcutta or Ahmedabad. We want to, over the next few months and years, we want to expand to pan India. And also we will use these funds to strengthen our technology backbone. So as we grow, we are able to provide better product to the customers.
Now, on multiple occasions, Amit, you've said that as a startup and a company, you'd rather be slow and steady and take pride in being slow and steady rather than being aggressive, which is the norm really in the startup ecosystem, to go aggressive for the first few years. So what is your thought process behind this belief?
So we have been very, very frugal from the start. Even whenever we have raised money, our focus has not been to grow on vanity metrics, which is about GMV or getting empty customer registrations. The most aggressive stance that we have is on getting the customer problem solved. So if you come on our website and you are able to buy a house or sell your house or rent a house, be it commercial, residential, that's when we have really solved your problem. In this business, it makes sense not to spend in terms of opening cities indiscriminately, but to really look at one city, one locality and solve the problem. So that has been our approach and we continue to be aggressive on that stand. Majority of our customers today who come on NoBroker platform is because of word of mouth. Our paid traffic is very less. And this is the traffic that we want because this is a repeat business. 4 to 5 times a customer would rent house before he or she moves to buying a house.
You've openly said that you've made your app rewarding and intuitive rather than spending money on advertising. So how have you made it rewarding and intuitive?
So our objective is that we should not go behind glamorous features which look good. And from a coder perspective, we should go for features which a customer want. So if a customer wants that, okay, my house which I'm looking for should be closer to my wife's office, my office, and my kid's school, and hence I need to triangulate. This is the feature that we build. So the objective has always been to build an app which is more intuitive, which is more rewarding to the customer. And we have a feature which is click and earn, which basically says that if you see any property ad, which is to rent ad, then you just click a photo and upload on our app and we'll pay you 100 rupees in your Paytm account. And which is very, very popular. So we get almost 1/4 of our properties through this medium.
So you're essentially a consumer to consumer business at the end of the day. What are the challenges in setting up and running such a business as opposed to a B2B or a B2C model?
The C2C business is very tough. And it took us 5 years to basically reach where we are. And the reason is that it is very easy, comparatively easy to make a B2C platform when one side the properties are seeded by the broker and you just do some digital marketing to get the tenants. When you have to get both, you have to get the owner on this street for this BHK today and you need to get a tenant also right now matching his requirement because it's a perishable commodity. After 2-3 weeks, the property will go away. So that matching is really tough and that's what our focus has been. And now over the years, we have really been able to build that micro matchmaking which increases these closures.
So you're in expansion mode now, but in your initial years when you were setting up, you received repeated threats from the broker mafia and also a serious attack on your office at one instance. Do you still receive these threats and what have you made of this entire situation?
We used to get a lot of threatening phone calls, but we never thought that some 50-60 brokers will come at our doorstep, will start banging the door and will hit our employees. So they hit our employees, they wanted the office to be closed. We had to vacate the office almost overnight and we were not sure as to where we'll go, find an alternate office space, still make sure that the site keeps on running. So that was a very, very, I would say, sad experience that we had. Now we are much more cautious about our security and so on. But over time, I think brokers have also made peace with us. So now the threats do come, but they are much less in terms of number. And what many of our friends and investors tell us is that if you are trying to do something which is disruptive, then this is going to happen because anybody whom you are disrupting is basically going to be upset about it.
Right, my last question to you, I can't leave without asking you about the property market trends with the kind of interactions that you see on your platform. There are reports of a slowdown, so would you say it is a buyer's market right now? What do you make of it?
So in terms of rentals, things remain continuously same because people keep on renting and renting out. So that is a bedrock of our business, which is almost recession proof. In the buy and sell cycle, what we saw after demonetization was that the interactions and the queries just came to a standstill. But in the past 1 year, we have seen that the closures, the buyer inquiries have just increased tremendously. But today the market is mainly filled of people who are buying it for their end use, and they are preferring properties which are not under construction but ready to move. Over time, we think it will take perhaps 6 months to 1 year more when the investors will also start coming in, which will result into increase in prices. So I suggest that if you are looking to buy a property for your end use, this is a very good time because the prices are really at the rock bottom. And if you are wanting to buy it for a long term, it makes sense.
Thank you so much for
Thank
your
you.
time and all the very best in exterminating the property broker.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Amit.